Hey guys, thanks for being here. Today we are going to do a stretch class, so something nice and chill just to stretch out our body, and let's jump right into it. I have 2 blocks and a strap. I don't think we'll really use them, but if you have those things, feel free to grab them and let them assist you along the way. So let's start lying flat on our back. I'm modifying for pregnancy, so I can't do some things, but I'm going to walk you through them, and I'll even give prenatal modifications. So if you're watching this and you also need to modify for pregnancy, then just do what I'm doing, and the rest of you just go with what I'm saying. So come flat on your back, shoulders down, back of the head down. You're going to plant the feet as wide as your mat. First, let the knees come together. If you're modifying for pregnancy, you can stay up in a seated position just like I am. Let's get into our breath. Deep inhales, full, complete exhales, breathing in a nice rhythmic way. Filling up our belly and exhaling completely. We're going to start windshield wipers. Let the knees fall to the right, shifting on the edges of the feet, and look towards the left. Lift the legs up through the center and over to the other side. Shift on the edges of the feet. Let the knees fall to the left and look to the right. And now you're going to take it at your own pace. You can go slowly or come through the center and over, breathing deeply, doing anything you want to do. If you're seated, you might notice how your butt starts to travel towards the heels. Just scooch it back every now and then. No big deal. For 3. 2. Last one. Lift the legs up through the center. Extend the legs out straight. So now you're lying down completely. Bring the right knee into the chest and interlace in front of the kneecap. Hug the knee in tight. If you're modifying, just follow along with me. Everyone will keep their left leg really, really straight. Flex at the ankle as if you're standing up. Hug the right knee in a little bit more. We're moving into a cross-body stretch. So hold the right knee with the left hand. Extend the right arm out into a T. With the left hand, you're going to guide the right knee all the way over to the left side, even if that means coming onto the left side body. And try to get your right knee all the way down to the floor. Breathe for 3. Do your best to keep the shoulders in line. So not necessarily flat, but you just want the shoulders to be in line. So you're not, misaligned while you're lying down. For 2. We're reversing our steps. So come flat on your back, right knee to the chest, hug it in tight. Take an inhale. Exhale, shoot the leg out. Great job. Let's take it to the other side. Left knee into the chest. First, you interlace in front of the kneecap. Hug it in nice and tight. Right leg really straight. Flex at the ankle as if you're standing up. Breathe for 2 more breaths. Continue to hold the left knee with the right hand. Tee out the left arm, and you're going to cross body stretch. So the left knee is going to come all the way over to the right, even if that means coming onto the right side body. Let the left knee hang heavy as if you want to touch it to the floor. And if you can, that's great. Now look to the left side for 3. 2. We're reversing our steps first. So flat on your back, left knee to chest, interlace in front of the kneecap. Take an inhale, squeeze knee into chest. Exhale, shoot it out. Great job. Stay flat on your backs. We're going to cross the right leg over the left at the knee. So you really want to cross over the knee like you're crossing your legs when you're sitting down. Knees to the chest. Now let the knees fall to the left and look to the right. Arms teed out. For 3. Eagle legs in a reclined twist for 2. 1. Pull the belly in, bring the knees up through the center, change the direction of the cross. So left knee stacks over the right. Now knees to chest, let the knees fall to the right and look to the left. For 3. Arms teed out, look to your left hand. This time you do want to try to keep the shoulders flat. For 2. 1. Back to the center, uncross the legs. Bring the knees towards the chest and grab behind the knees. We're going to rock forward and back, forward and back. We're going to come all the way into a standing position at the top of our mat. So you can rock back, cross at the ankles, plant the hands, tuck your toes, and come into a forward fold. Ragdoll pose, feet wide. Grab opposite elbow, swing side to side. If that felt too complex, just come into a forward fold at the top of your mat, just like I am. In ragdoll pose, you want to swing side to side from the hips, not just moving the arms. 1 more breath. Shoulder stretch. Interlace the hands behind your back. Pull the fists up and overhead. Try to keep the palms and the wrists together. You can keep your knees bent as well for 3. 2. 1. Release the hands, grab behind the shins, and pull the chest in between the legs. You can still have your knees bent. You can grab at the ankle, at the shin, at the knee, anything you want here to deepen your forward fold. Feel free to keep the knees bent, and then eventually you want to rock the weight onto the toes, straighten the legs, and reach the crown of the head down. 2 more breaths. All right, we're coming into a halfway lift. Plant the hands or fingertips down. Inhale, lift the chest like a flat back. Shift the weight forward. You can also bring the hands towards the shins if you feel a little bit less flexible. Exhale, forward fold, plant the hands, and move it back into downward facing dog. So take a big step back. If you're not sure how far your feet should be from your hands, simple. Shift forward into plank, shoulders over the wrists, and back into downward dog. Don't move the hands and feet closer together. If you feel like you have to, lift the heels, bend the knees, get the butt up high. Good job. All right, we're coming into a kneeling lunge. Right foot forward. Step the right foot up. If you can't make it the whole way, use your hand to bring the foot up. Drop the left knee and inhale the arms up. Hips forward and down, arms up. For 3. You can also bring your hands to your front knee, push away. Squeeze the inner thighs together. This will help you bring your front knee in so that it's not coming out. You want the knee to bend over the second toe. For 2. A half split. Straighten your front leg, hips move back and bow forward. This is a good time to use the blocks if you have them. You want to keep your back hip over the knee. Come to the fingertips, and if it feels like too much, then just lean forward here. For 2. Flex at the ankle. Heart forward. Tailbone back. Last breath. We're moving into ninja pose. Bring the hands to the inside of the front foot, and then bring the hips forward, bend your front knee. We're going to shift to the left. Right here. It's like a half squat. Back toes up. Your front heel can be up. If you can bring it down, that's great. For 3. Here you can work a lot of things. So you can stay where you're at. You can also work your balance, hands to your heart. For 2. We're going to reverse our steps. So back into your half splits. Start to shift forward. Plant your back toes. Knee down. Stretch your front leg. Really good. Now back into your kneeling lunge. Slide your front foot back a little bit. Plant the right foot down. Inhale the arms up. Let the hips come low. Back into your downward dog. Plant the hands. Tuck your back toe. Step the front foot back. Really good. I know that's a little bit complex, but it's only working our mind and our body, so that's great. Left foot forward for that kneeling lunge. Step it up. Right knee down, untuck the toe. Inhale, arms up, hips forward and down. Arms up. You can also interlace the hands. Bring them to your knee to push the chest away. Heart up. Squeeze the inner thighs together. 2 more breaths. You want your sitting bones to point down and not back. So forward and down. Half splits. Straighten your front leg and bow forward. Back hip over the knee. So if you need to move your front foot forward a little bit, go ahead. You can be here, which takes some balance, or even here. And you can use blocks under your hands. 2 more breaths. Okay, moving into that ninja pose. Hands to the inside of the left foot. Bend your front knee. Hips move over to the right and straighten your back leg. Toes point up. Your left heel can be lifted, but if you can bring the heel down and the butt down, that's great. Remember, here you can work the squat, your half squat, or even balance. Hands to your heart. Last breath. We're reversing our steps. So back into your half splits. Hips shift forward. Bend your back knee. Straighten your front leg and bow. Great job. Back into your kneeling lunge. You might have to move this front foot back a little bit. Plant the foot. Inhale, arms up. Hips forward and down. Downward facing dog. Plant the hands. Step the front foot back and come into downward dog. Great job. One more little sequence. Right foot forward for warrior 1. Step the right foot up. Bring the back foot down at a 45-degree angle. Inhale, arms up. Nice. Bend your front knee, back leg straight. Now we're moving into warrior 2. Tee out the arms, open the hips up to the left, kind of just like we did before. Bend your front knee directly over the second and third toe, back leg straight. Shoulders over the hips. 1 more breath. Prasarita. Straighten your front leg and your right toes point to the same direction as the left and hinge forward. Hands down. You can stop here with a flat back or deepen by bringing the elbows down, crown of the head down for 3. Firm up the quads, bring the weight towards the toes for 2. 1. Inhale, lift the chest, hands under the shoulders. Take a full exhale here. We're going to start to heel toe the feet closer together. So heel, toe, heel. Toes point out. Now drop the hips in a squat. Push the knees away. If you need to sit on a block, that's fine. If you need to have your hands down here, that's fine too. 2 more breaths. If you're a little more flexible, you can tighten your squat and come into Malasana. Bring the weight to the outer edges of the feet so that your arches are not collapsing and that the knees are coming out and not in. 1 more breath. Plant the hands, widen your stance just like we started. Tee out the arms and come all the way up. Turn the right toes forward. We're kind of reversing our steps. Cartwheel the arms down and step the right foot back. Downward facing dog. Great job. Last side. Left foot forward, warrior 1. Step it up. Right heel down. Inhale, arms up. Hips forward, shoulders forward. We're going to move into warrior 2. Tee out the arms. Open up to the right. Shoulders over the hips. Back leg super straight. Front knee bends over the second and third toe. 1 more breath. Straighten your front leg and turn the left toes to the same direction as the right. Separate leg forward fold. Hinge forward. Hands under the shoulders. You can hold it here or start to deepen by bringing the crown of the head down and bending the elbows straight back for 3. Feel as if your sitting bones are moving apart. Firm up the quads and bring the weight towards the toes for 2. 1. Inhale, lift the chest or back into that squat. Heel toe the feet together. Toes out, heels in, drop the hips, knees out for 3. Bring the weight to the outer edges of the feet for 2. Remember, you can stay up high right here. Last breath. Plant the hands, separate the feet, tee out the arms and come all the way up. Reversing our steps. Left toes point forward, cartwheel the arms down, and step the front foot back. Downward facing dog. Great job. We're going to hop or sit onto our butts. Butterfly pose. Bottoms of the feet together, knees out to the side. Try to get the heels as close to the groin or the body as possible and connect the pinky edges of the feet. I'm pretty flexible, so my knees come down, but if your knees are up here, totally fine. Inhale, lift the chest, flat back. Exhale, hinge forward. Breathe for 3. You can use your hands to guide your knees down gently if you want for 2. 1. Inhale, come up. Extend the legs out straight. I'm going to keep my legs apart because I'm modifying, but your feet can be together. Flex at the ankles, firm up the legs, and keep the legs like that. Stay like that. Lean forward, get your butt out from under you. Pull the belly in. Inhale, lift the chest, arms up, and you're going to hinge forward. Your goal is to grab the big toes with the peace fingers or the outer edges of the feet. If that feels like way too much, then bend your knees and grab the big toes. Your legs, of course, will be a little bit closer together. But if it's more comfortable for you to have them apart like I am, that's fine. Heart forward, shoulders down for 3. This is also a good time to use a strap around the balls of the feet. And if you don't have a strap, remember you can always use a jump rope, a t-shirt, or a fashion belt that you have in your closet. Last breath. Firm up the legs, flex the heels, or flex the ankles, heels forward. Inhale, come up. Plant the hands behind the hips. Plant the feet down. We're going to do upward facing tabletop. Lift the hips. Inhale for 3. Push into the hands for 2. Squeeze the butt for 1. And lower down. All right. Extend the legs out in a straddle and sit up. You want your thighs to come in and your butt cheeks to come out from under you. Flex at the ankles. You want to keep a straight spine. So if this is where you're at, stay here. I would rather you stay here than do this thing. Cool? So if you can maintain a straight spine, then start to hinge forward. It's a pelvic movement. So your pelvis is going back and your heart is coming forward. Come down as far as you can for 3. 2. Come back to seated in a straight spine. We're all going to inhale our arms up, take a side bend to the right. Right arm down, left arm up and over. If you're a little more flexible, you can turn your chest to face the right leg and forward hinge. If you're not as flexible and you're holding here and you have to support yourself, then bring the left arm in between, right arm back, and just face your right leg. If not, you can take a side bend. Last breath. Inhale, come up, take it to the other side. Any variation that you chose for 3. So you're overhead, facing, or folding for 2. 1. Inhale, come up. Bend your right leg in, so your heel's coming towards the groin. Your right arm is going to come back, and you're just going to take a little back bend. We're just going to see how this feels. So if you need to narrow your stance a little bit, it's okay. This is called baby wild thing. Right arm back, right knee bent. Lift the hips up for 3, 2, 1. Lower down. Great job. Change sides. Right leg out, left leg in. Same thing. Left hand back. Right arm is going to reach up. Lift the hips. 3, 2, 1. Lower down. Great job. Extend or plant the feet. Grab behind the knees and come to a reclined position. We're done. Extend the legs out in front of you for Shavasana. Shavasana is a resting pose. It's the pose that we take to absorb all of the benefits of our practice and our little yoga session. So take that pose. It's really nice just to relax after stretching. I'm going to come into a fetal position on my left side because that's what's recommended for me and for anyone who's modifying for pregnancy. We'll take 10 breaths here. There's another video that came out that is posted on the Laredo Center for the Arts page, and it's a meditation. So you can always pause this video and go play that meditation. It's really nice. It's called Ocean Waves, a Shavasana meditation. All right, about 5 more breaths. We'll start to bring some attention back into our body. If you want to take a longer Shavasana, just pause this video and continue to relax. Reach the arms overhead, point the toes down, and roll into a little fetal position, just like I am, on any side. Take a moment. Honor the energy you put into this yoga session. And when you're ready, we'll come into a seated position facing forward. Legs crossed in front of the body. We'll bring our hands to heart center. Take a big breath in. Bow forward, and we'll end our class with Namaste. Thanks for being here, guys. If you have any questions or you want to work on something, just comment in the section below and we'll be sure to answer you back. And if you have any suggestions for videos, I'm happy to do those. Thanks for being here, and I hope you have a great rest of your day. Bye.